Hey, it's Landon. Hi, searchers. I'm just gonna do a short video. I figured I'd do something for the Forrest Fenn Marathon. So I've been pretty busy, so it's been a long time since I've done a video. So I've just been busy with house stuff, trying to get we moved, so I've just been trying to get the house kind of, so at least it's somewhat the way I like it. It's totally livable now, and we really love it. It's nice having a bigger yard and things, and we have a lot of room for the dogs to run around, and more room for us. So, but yeah, everything has been going great. I'm still kind of doing some searching online and in the books a little bit. I've kind of come across a new possible theory with the Forrest Fenn hunt, and the one, I've came across a lot of rabbit holes, but one rabbit hole that makes a lot of sense to me is it's not on the Thrill the Chase map. It's not on and I think that's all right. I think that maybe I think Forrest has kind of said in Thrill the Chase that 85% of what he says is true. And so possibly it's the stuff that he showed us that we think are obvious that maybe aren't so obvious. On the map, on the Thrill the Chase map, it shows a highlighted area. It says Forrest Fenn's hidden treasure is somewhere to be found in the highlighted region of the Rocky Mountains on this map. Highlighted is likely misspelled for a reason. So maybe the highlighted area is actually not what we look at in the Rocky Mountains, but possibly what's outside of that, and maybe that's kind of why you can lightly see like some of the towns and things and landmarks on the map if you look really closely, like with a flashlight or magnifying glass. You can kind of read it out. And Forrest has always said he likes to live on the edge. So I think possibly the Rocky Mountains. It's possible that the treasure isn't hidden on that map. And I kind of from some reading, and obviously when I first bought the Thrill of the Chase, I thought, well, how come my book doesn't have the map? And I thought I called Collected Works, and I was like, I think it's missing the map, and later on that I found out that it was only too far to walk. So I think the reason he made the Thrill of the Chase map is I'm sure he got a lot of complaints over email or whatever, and decided, well, okay, I'll put a map out there. And when he talks about the Rocky Mountains, I don't always necessarily think he means the Rocky Mountains that we all think of. It's just a possibility, and maybe it does. It's very likely it does, but I just don't rule anything out when it comes to this treasure hunt. I think that's what it takes for the person that's going to find it eventually, is you really got to think outside the box and try to think more like a child, use your imagination. I think when he talks about a lot of things in the book, like rocks or boulders. So for example, when he talks about rocks, I think that means coins, and boulders are nuggets, and vice versa. He might talk about nuggets or coins, and that means rocks or boulders. So, but anyways, so the latest area that I found kind of interesting is, it fits my solve kind of loosely. It's Weaver's Needle in the Superstition Mountains. Obviously that's in Arizona, so it's not on the treasure map. But I think it's possible that maybe Forrest found another treasure at some point in his life that he's not talking about for obvious reasons. It could be, obvious legal reasons, where he found it on some land, and then if they said he got it, that they would, he'd have to forfeit the treasure or go in the greedy hands. So, and possibly if he did find some gold somewhere else, he melted it down. I guess I don't, you know, it's maybe not the right thing to do, but in the ways I don't blame him. I think for the most part, Forrest doesn't like following the rules. I think there is some certain rules he follows, don't get me wrong. But I think, you know, some rules like that are just kind of ridiculous and just made out of pure greed. And that's kind of why I think Forrest hid the treasure the way he hid it, which I'm not going to go into. But I guess I'd like to ask searchers, if they had this treasure, how would they hide it? And to think about that really hard, now, especially nowadays, how would you hide it? So ask yourself that. So anyways, I'm not going to talk too much about that. So I'll talk about the weaver's needle. You know, I've kind of talked about my map where it shows a stick figure and the rainbow, and basically I make kind of a drawing, or I've done some watercolors on the map. So I'll go grab my map quick. Okay, so this is just a copy that I keep on my mantle. So this is my area that I've talked about in Montana. But anyways, so, you know, Forrest Fenn, he's always said he's lost his ball of string. And, you know, obviously what's in a weaver's needle, you know, it holds string. And so he's right here, he's stepping on Fajada Butte. Sorry, this is Fajada Butte. So if you look on Google Earth, I'm not going to give everything out. You're going to kind of have to look it up yourself, what this is all about. So look around Fajada Butte, see if you find anything interesting. Anyways, so there's a spiral and there's a needle. Or sorry, not a needle. There's a spiral looking thing. There's a lightning bolt. And then here's his rope. You know, he's Indiana Jones. So maybe the lightning hit this rope or string, and that broke. And so over here you'd see weaver's needle out here somewhere, but so maybe that means his ball of string isn't on this map. So here, I'll put that away. And what you know, I don't think the treasure is hidden in weaver's needle anymore. But I'm thinking maybe it's possible that Forrest has kept a secret, and he's keeping something secret from all of us searchers that we don't know about and probably can't find out about. But you know, if we use our imagination, creativity, we can kind of come up with some theories. So, and then I just kind of wrote down some things like that coincided with the weaver's needle. Forrest Fenn always signs with a Sharpie, so that, you know, a needle is sharp. And also there's Joseph Sharp. The person, you know, the weaver's needle has a lot to do with the Lost Dutchman mine, and Jacob Waltz. And Jacob Waltz is a dance, so which kind of coincides with some of the books, the beat of the drum and the whoop of the dance. Let's see, and I wrote that the weaver's needle is 32 degrees from Santa Fe, so that we're warm as all 32 degrees. Sorry, Leo. So, and I don't know if that's correct. I'd have to look that up again. But that was just a theory I was looking into, and I've still got more theories. And then mining, you know, heavy loads, could be silver ore. Maybe perhaps Forrest came upon a, you know, mine that was mined for silver ore, and maybe he has some of that. You don't know. You just never know. But anyways, I was going to show you too, if you look at Weaver's Needle on Google Earth. So here it is. If you zoom in, what does that look like to you? Just the shadow of it. To me, that looks like an arrowhead, which is a recurring theme throughout the chase. And not only that, a shadow is a recurring theme. So like, what do you see if you look at the home with a map? What do you see if you're in the right lighting? You're gonna see a shadow. So I think a lot of us, our searchers, are following in Forrest's footsteps, and that's my theory. Well, I think I can pretty much guarantee. So I think most of us have a sense of adventure, and that's why we continue with the thrill of the chase. I just think it's, you know, what the underlying, my underlying thought on this whole thing is just you know, blaze your own trail. Don't be too afraid to be ridiculed, because I think whoever finds the treasure is going to be kind of maybe a little bit of an outcast, but it's gonna it's gonna be someone that's really uses their creativity and imagination. But yeah, basically I just wanted to make a quick video and update everyone. Hope everyone has a good day watching the Fenn marathon. I'm gonna watch it after the Vikings game, so hopefully the Vikings will win today, and that'll make my weekend. So have a great weekend, everyone. Hi, Forrest.